He's about to break the great wrinkly record for the tallest tower of cards.
It's Betfred Bingo time!
Of football in the Manchester region. So whether your team is a Premiership giant or a League Two minnow, this is the show for you. There was relief at the Reebok as Bolton Wanderers secured their first points of the new campaign. Meanwhile, United were euphoric in their victory over Tottenham. The Reds welcomed back the legendary figure of Roy Keane to Old Trafford this weekend, whilst waving goodbye to the playing days of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We'll be hearing from both later in the show. Oldham Athletic hit the headlines following the controversial signature of paroled striker Lee Hughes. The views of the club coming up, plus highlights from the Latic's second string against Stoke City. And we're at Rochdale to assess the mood following a slow start to the new season. But first, the echoing chants of Keane will be reverberating around the Theatre of Dreams this weekend as the former captain returns as rookie manager.
Obviously with the likes of myself going back, and we've got one or two ex-players, you try not to get sidetracked by that. I haven't got a problem with that, not getting sidetracked. I'm very much focused on the game. I'm not expecting any red carpet out for me. I shouldn't expect one. It's business. Believe me, Man United and Alex Ferguson will want to beat Sunderland and Roy Keane as much as any opposition, and I'm pretty clear about that, and it's my job to make sure the players are focused and they put on a good performance, because that's all I can hope for, a good performance. And we know it's going to be a difficult game, but if the players give it their all, that's all I can hope for, and that's my job to make sure the players are focused.
One of the things I've been fascinated about is the transition from player to manager. The very steely, very determined, aggressive player has become a very calm manager. How have you made the transition?
Well, I wasn't calm the other night. I might be calm on the sideline, but not necessarily calm in the dressing room. No, I think I've had to make a conscious effort. Again, people had this image of me as a player, and I've always said as a player, I believed every game I was going to war, and I was playing in the middle of the park, and you had to tackle people, you had to take people out of the game, you had to try and win the game for your team. Obviously, as a manager, I know on the sideline, I can't be ranting and raving on the sideline. I don't think it'd be a good reflection on the club, or from my players, or from myself. And I'm quite relaxed. I think I am being myself, but I've just got to try and trust the players and believe in them. And for me to be losing my head on the sideline every 5 minutes is not right. I think it'd probably lead me to an early grave.
Are you bracing yourself for the trip to Old Trafford, because they are capable of giving any team a whacking?
Of course they are, but I don't believe it'll be us on Saturday. I think we'll go down there and be focused and look forward to the game. This is what players. A lot of players would give anything to be going to Old Trafford and playing in front of a magnificent stadium against a fantastic team. And I keep saying this is the place you want to be. People keep saying they're due to give somebody a hammering, but it mightn't be this Saturday. I won't be expecting a red carpet rolled out, certainly not from the manager, and I wouldn't expect it. He'll be wanting to beat Sunderland and myself as much as any team. So I think people should get that out of their mindset, that it's going to be balloons waiting for me and a nice big cake. There won't be, and I wouldn't expect one. I played Alex Ferguson, but it'll be a game of cards. He wants to win, and I don't think he'd get I think he'll get great pleasure in maybe rubbing my nose in it in Saturday. So I've got to make sure that we're ready for him.
One man who won't be taking part is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The Norwegian striker has finally admitted defeat in his struggle with injury and has reluctantly retired from football.
I've told the boss and David Gill that I won't be able to play this year, so it was an easy decision when I was training last week and the knee blew up a bit again, so I reached the end of the line.
It brings the curtain down on an 11-year career with United and quite a fascinating time as well, with lots of highs involved during that time.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic 11 years. I'm privileged to have played at this club in front of Stretford End, serving the gaffer, the club. So I'm just proud to have played for Man United.
And when you joined the club in 1996, £1.5 million. Now you see all these transfer fees that are going up and up and up. I think a lot of people would say that's an incredible bargain for a club like United to find you for £1.5 million.
It's not up to me to decide, but I've really enjoyed my time anyway. I hope I've given, or I'm sure I've given everything. I've always been a proud person in my own performances and in my own commitments. I've tried to give 100% all the time, or I've given 100%. And that's it.
I would put Ole up there as a great example to any player. I spoke with him last night. He's had a fantastic career, but I think it was also the right thing for him to do. I think, I've spoken to him recently, and you just knew in the tone of his voice that he wasn't going to make it back. And I've been down that road before, and then when you do make the decision, it's a relief. I think it's a relief for Ole. I'm sure he'll be introduced on Saturday before the game to the United fans, and they'll love him there anyway, and he'll get a great reception, and I hope he has a happy retirement, because I'm sure he'll have plenty of options out there because he's a top man.
I've tried to give my best and give my 100% for United, and I've tried to be loyal to the manager, because he's always been loyal to me.
So, disappointment for one of football's most popular figures. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was a cup hero for United, and we're at Scotland tonight to see if Rochdale can find a hero of their own against Norwich City. Let's see what the fans think. Who looks like being the star man for Dale this year?
David Perkins, he's just brilliant. He's suspended tonight, but he's been absolutely outstanding. He's probably been man of the match ever since he signed for us.
We've got great players all over the pitch, but Dagnall should get the goals that we need, hopefully.
Well, I'm hoping Murray will come good again, like he did last season, and Perkins is playing quite well. So we'll just hope they blend together and get some and Goodall as well. They've all been playing pretty well, but since they started the season itself, they just haven't got it right yet, but it'll come.
We've been disappointed. We expected a lot more in our centenary season and win a few, but hopefully we'll pick it up tonight and do better in the League Cup than we are doing in the league, then get better in the league and hopefully playoffs minimum.
Expecting to do well tonight though. We did well against Stoke, finished strong, and as long as we beat you before penalties, that'll do us today.
The game was a repeat of the 1962 League Cup final, and unfortunately the result went the same way. Victory for Norwich. Well, Keith, even though you've been defeated on penalties tonight, you must be very proud of that effort that the boys put in, because they were magnificent.
Yeah, it was a great display, full of effort and endeavour, and obvious skill as well. We pushed a very good championship side all the way through extra time as well and into penalties, and really, we was unfortunate not to win it if you consider the last two chances we had in 2 minutes of extra time.
We played well, really, and I think we did as much as we could in the game, barring one or two bits of luck that could have gone the other way, and a finish here or there we'd have done brilliant. But we've gone out and took the game to them, and I think it's a big credit to the lads how hard we've worked to take a team like that to extra time and penalties.
You need to get your first win under your belt now. We've not won in 5, but with Milton Keynes coming up, this game again must surely give you a great deal of confidence.
It does. But we have been a little bit inconsistent. We saved our best football for the 2 Carling Cup fixtures. So we've got to reproduce that. Physically, it's about recovery now and making sure that we're right and ready to go. Individually as well, they've got to do their own preparation as well as a collective preparation. I'm sure we'll be ready for the MK Dons fixture.
And there was more excitement as Dale's under-18s faced Morecambe in the Youth Alliance League.
Well in control of the game at 2-1, and we weren't really meeting the standards that we try and impose in our training, obviously in the match, and talked about at half time, and we sort of got worse really. We just sort of didn't play with any tempo, and didn't really do the things that I asked him to do and that we've obviously practiced many, many times. There's always positives in every game. Opportunity there to an under-16 playing at centre-half. He did quite well. And the way we've, Ben Wharton, the chap who scored 2 goals for us, he's been out for a long time with a broken wrist, and he's come back and got on the score sheet with 2 goals in his first game of the season. So that's a massive positive for Ben.
Just come back from fractured wrist, and before that, come back from broken collarbone, so come back and scored 2 goals, so I'm quite pleased, but not because we've drew.
Key points, it's quite obvious. We've played 2 league games and we've conceded 9 goals. At the moment we've got a bit of an issue with our goalkeeper, seems to not be quite right at the races at the moment, making rash decisions like you've seen for the first goal today. But other than that, we always do sort of attacking play, but that is my obviously key features to stop the goals going in, and it's something we've already been working at already. We've done so much on that area. That's what frustrates coaches. You do so much with improving standards where they train, the equipment they use, the quality that we give them, the time we give them, the individual time we give them. It's probably more than they've ever had, and that's why you're disappointed when you don't get the effort that you put in. And players, that's one thing they can do is give 100%.
Still to come on this week's programme, Lee Hughes speaks out on his return to football and freedom.
I made the biggest mistake of my life, and like I said, I can't change what's happened. If I can help people through playing football and seeing if I can help people like not to get into the same mistake like I did, then I'm helping someone else not to do the same sort of thing I did. So that's the main thing.
Don't go hobby mad, it's Betfred bingo time. Chat, fun, prizes.
He's about to break the great wrinkly record for the tallest tower of cards.
It's Betfred bingo time.
Welcome back to the Manchester Football Show. The media spotlight was firmly focused on Oldham Athletic off the pitch as the controversial signing of paroled striker Lee Hughes divided opinions everywhere. The former West Brom and Coventry star served half of a 6-year sentence following a death by dangerous driving conviction.
I only wish I could turn back the clock, but I know I can't. Although I have served the sentence laid down by the law, I know that nothing I can do or say will change what has happened. In going some way to facing my responsibilities, I have met with the relative of the man who died, and what was said will always remain a private and personal matter. For different reasons, I think we are both glad that the meeting occurred. This is the first time I have been able to make a public apology for the actions, and I now hoped for an opportunity to rebuild my life. I have made dreadful mistakes and decisions that I will have to live with the rest of my life. It has also greatly affected my immediate family, including my wife and children, and I will never forgive myself for this. Now I would like to thank Oldham Athletic Football Club for giving me this chance to resurrect my career. Negotiations have been going on for months, and I can tell you that various other clubs were interested in signing me.
We had a board meeting, it was around January of last year, and we were thinking of selling our main striker, who was Chris Porter. At the time we were looking for a replacement, and in fact Simon Blitz mentioned that Lee Hughes must be coming out. I mean, Simon's got an encyclopedic knowledge of football and said it's going to be near and nearabouts, why don't we make investigations? And then Barry Owen pretty much took the lead from there, made contact with the prison, made contact with Lee and his family, and we went there on a couple of occasions, met with Lee, everything went very well, and we took a decision as a board, but primarily it came from our chairman.
Football is not the most important thing here. It's people's lives and people's injuries, and it's nothing to do with football. So, I mean, if I can help people and trying to not to get into my situation, I mean, I've let my family down as well. And I've been away from my little children for 3 years, and to see their faces like unhappy all the time. If I can get through to people, even if it's only one person, then at least I've helped someone. Every day I think about what I've done, and that it is difficult. but I have to try and get on with my life now. I mean, I have to try and look forward, but it's still going to be there in my mind every day. The rest of my life, I have to live with myself, and it's difficult some days.
Back to matters on the pitch now, as Oldham Athletic reserve side take on Stoke City in the Pontins League. Commentary by James Lynch.
So Oldham with the early possession in this game. Neat turn by Edwards, looking for Wolfenden. Cannon back off the striker and over the top. Poor clearance has only come as far as Casey Owen. And St Louis Hamilton had to be alert to that one. Decent stop by the Stoke City keeper. Turn by Sweeney. Hits it too long though this time. Parkin will have to turn. And does so around Trotman. It's come as far as Rooney. And at the third attempt it's stabbed home. Ryan Shotton, the man with the goal. Adam Rooney proving a real handful in the 6-yard box for Stoke City. And Pogliacomi just couldn't grab hold of the ball. Turn by Rooney. Pogliacomi did well. It was at a nice height for the keeper. Header coming in. This time Oldham's goalkeeper does well. Nice touch, it will free Parkin. A low shot this time. And fired home by Rooney this time. Stoke have the second goal in this game. Neat interplay by Oldham. Now Owen. Didn't quite catch it properly there. Easy one for St Louis Hamilton to deal with. One clearance by the Stoke keeper. Rooney again, this time right-footed. Not enough to trouble Pogliacomi. Stoke keep the ball in, but only as far as Owen. There's two away defenders in close attention, but manages to squeeze it in that near post and give the Latics a chance in this game. Now trailing by 2-1, but encouraging signs from Casey Owen. Just cut inside. Referee says play on. Parkin to Rooney. He's beaten Trotman. He could have a hat-trick so far in this half and just can't dribble the ball past the keeper. And Pearson was on hand just to put it behind for a corner. And Parkin with all sorts of room. He's managed to get goal side of Trotman. Flicked on by Trotman. It's come out though. As far as Chalmers. Back in towards Trotman. Not enough on the header. Launched forward by Stoke. Great control by Rooney. It's laid back to Sweeney. Couple of decent step overs and then fires it wayward. Neat ball, here's Delact. Lomax hoists it forward and Trotman got the header in. Phillips a substitute, let's fly. Pogliacomi down to his left to prevent the third goal of the evening for Stoke City. No one quite able to put a foot on the ball. Forward come Oldham again though, it's fire goalward. Unlucky by Edwards. Now Rooney. Oh, he's beaten Pearson with ease this time. Adam Rooney. Good block by Trotman. Looked destined to be the third goal for Stoke. It's knocked in low and turned into his own net by Adam Chalmers. That is game, set and match for Stoke City.
All our local sides are in action again this week. Here's a quick preview of those games with Rochdale's Keith Hill and James Spencer.
I'm going to go with 2-1 Blackburn.
Any particular reason?
Well, I used to play for Blackburn, and obviously I support Manchester United.
Great answer.
I think it'll be a 1-0 possibly Blackburn.
Think the luck's going to run out on City this time?
Yeah, well, it can't last forever, but you never know.
Well, I'm from Bolton, so I'll go for a Bolton win 2-1.
Bolton-Everton, I think Everton will possibly take that 2-0.
It's intriguing, with Roy Keane going back there. It's absolutely superb, that scenario, but I'm going to go for 4-0 Manchester United.
It's a hard game for him, so I'd have to give United the edge there, but I don't think it'll be a walk in the park. Roy Keane's a strong manager and there'll be a strong side, so I'd probably say 1-0 Man United.
Newcastle 3-1. Big Sam, he's lived in Bolton and he served Bolton absolutely superb, so I'll go with that one.
Now you're asking. Wigan have been playing well, they're a good side, but I think Newcastle, I'd like to think could hold out for a 1-0 win.
Oldham are a very good side, and so is it Hartlepool? Yeah, Hartlepool are as well. Score draw, 1 each.
Oldham win 2-1.
0-0. That's all I'm saying on that one.
Both sides are struggling a little bit, but I think that'll go Brentford's way, possibly 2-1 again.
I had one for Macclesfield. Darlington got some very good players. 2-1 Darlington.
Darlington are a very good side, got a lot of quality, and if they use that to the potential, I think 1 or 2-0.
Mansfield versus Stockport. They ran Charlton close tonight. I think Charlton won the game with around about 2 minutes to go by 4-3. Thriller at the Valley. So what do you predict for the weekend?
1-0 Stockport. Definitely.
Nice hard fought win. Not many goals compared to tonight.
Don't concede a lot to the Stockport. So yeah, 1-0 away win.
Stockport a good side and I wish them all the best. They've got some good players, a lot of my friends. So I'll give them a bit of looking out 1-0 for them.
So a quick look at our Manchester League table shows City riding high in second place and Wigan closely behind in third. Stockport are sitting in the top 8 in League 2, whilst Rochdale are precariously placed towards the bottom. However, it's still very early days, so good luck to all our teams at the weekend.
Don't go hobby mad, it's Betfred bingo time. Chat, fun, prizes.